What's going on, everybody? Let us know if you can hear us. Let's see. Getting this thing now started. Just doing a mic check, making sure. Getting this thing now started. Okay. What is good? What is good? Yes. I can see us. Yes, that way. What's going on, everybody? What's good? Welcome to a fresh episode of 100% Real Talk. We do apologize that it was my fault. We was running a little bit late. Uh, my wife actually came home, and when she came home, she was like, "You need to hurry up and get ready to get set up." And I thought I could do it real quick, but of course, when you mic testing everything, you know, uh, sometimes stuff don't go well the way you need it to. But anywho, we still up and running and everything. So I thank you guys for tuning in. Give people just a little bit of time to join in. We start a little bit late. It's supposed to be 7:15, but we're here today. And I also want to introduce she's busy right now. So before I introduce her, she's busy right now. So I'm just trying to help you out. That way you do something. So hi to Facebook.
Hello.
Hi to Facebook. Hello. But of course, I'm your boy TJ. This is my co-host Carla, and we are going in today on 100% Real Talk. And today we have some interesting things. My wife actually came up with one of the topics, and I wanted to discuss it on here, and wanted to talk about it. And I know one of them is about Valentine's Day. And I think what was the question that you asked? How important
is Valentine's Day important to you or not?
Mm-hmm.
Is it something that you basically meaning is it something that you expect to get something a celebratory day that you expect to get something, or are you okay if you don't get anything? So, matter of fact, let me find that post so we can see some of the feedback that we got a while. I think last week when I asked that question.
And while she's finding that, I just want to give a shout out I want to give a shout out to all those who've been tuning in. I really thank you, and thank you for your support. I also want to acknowledge, I did say I was going to start doing this on every show that I go live. For those who are watching, I am, if everybody knows right now, I'm in the midst of looking for a kidney donor, a live kidney donor. So if you know anyone, or if you know anybody who would be interested in donating a kidney to your boy truly, I need one. But if you are interested, or if anyone is interested, please let us know. We'll give that information out to you, and also you can find it on
www.houstonmethodist.org .org www.houstonmethodist.org and click on the kidney transplant center or kidney center. And then there is the information there that to select, of course, select the kidney. Or I'm sorry, click transplant center. Can't even get my words out. Click transplant center, and then and then click on the one for a kidney, and then there will be some information from there to show you and to tell you how to do a preliminary screening right there online, answer a few questions. I think it's about maybe 10 questions or so. And they'll give you the information. They'll run through it and ask you a preliminary, and it'll tell you right then and there if you are a candidate or not to be able to donate. So that information is on there again at houstonmethodist.org.
Yes, and I would also like to give a shout out to. I'm sorry. I would also like to give a shout out to. Of course, I also said I was going to do this every time too. Our ministry that we are a part of, which is Ambassadors Perfecting Love in Christ United Fellowship. Our leaders are Bishop-elect Ricky Taylor and First Lady Yolanda Taylor. And they have two locations at this time, one in Houston and one in Lufkin. If you are in any of those areas and you do not have a church home, we will welcome you with open arms. Here in Houston, we're located in the downtown area. So right now we're central Houston. So you'll be able to come and join and fellowship with us. We also have Wednesday night Bible studies on Zoom. So if you're not comfortable with going to church yet, you can join us on Zoom. If you want that information, we'll send you a link. Just reach out to me on my channel, or reach out. You can go to Ambassadors Perfecting Love in Christ United Fellowship church page, and you can also get the Zoom link from there. So I just wanted to give that shout out to everybody. So we're still trying to
I just accidentally minimized it.
She had pulled it up. But we're trying to get some things here. Hold on. I'm communicating with people too as I'm doing this. I'm doing all that.
He's not used to doing this multitasking and being able to talk and do other stuff, because you know how people get when you're live. They don't all that, the dead air, the thing, and not saying nothing. People get impatient or don't want to look, and they be like, "Well, what's going on?" So, yeah, that's why you gotta just be able to just be a talker, which he is. But as you all know,
yeah,
he is a talker. But let us know you join in when you get in, when you holler out, when you get in on Facebook or on YouTube. Just go ahead and let us know that you're in the room, that you're watching us live. And of course, this is interactive. So when you make comments and everything, we will read the comments off if you are okay with that. If you do not want us to read it, then just put on there that you don't want us to read your comment out loud or whatever. But of course, remember, when you post it, it is on a public platform. So it will be on there. But if you do not want us to read it out loud, then we won't. But otherwise, we try to read everybody's responses and answer whatever questions that somebody posed, or anything of that sort. So whatever your YouTube name is, unless we just know you, know you family or whatever, or know you, then of course we might end up calling you by your actual name. But we'll try to use your tag name on YouTube as well as on Facebook. So the question that was posed was, is Valentine's Day important to you? And we got some feedback that I posted this on Facebook a couple of weeks ago. And then also today, I posed the question of what is a deal breaker for you in a relationship? What would make you say, what would make you say that you call it quits, that you're done? Was the question that I posed today. But so since in the spirit of Valentine's Day, since it is coming up in a couple of days, that is the question of the day. First is to say, is Valentine's Day important to you? And the one interesting reaction or feedback that I got on Facebook was from Miss Lorena, if I'm not saying her name right, forgive me. Baber, she put to say that it was, but not anymore. And I asked her why. I gotta go into detail or whatever. Well, she used to live here in the U.S. So in the country where she is now, they don't celebrate it. So things that we celebrate here in the U.S., they don't celebrate over there. So it's different. It's had an adjustment for her. So that was interesting to explore that end of it. And I believe she said they don't celebrate Thanksgiving either out there. So it was just interesting to find out what all that they do celebrate and don't. And that was her reason for not celebrating Valentine's Day. Is because that's something that they don't celebrate now where she's at in the country that she's in. And then of course we have some people that say that it is or it used to be, that it's not. Some say yes, most definitely, due to them having young children. So that's kind of like a day that they set aside, I guess, to celebrate. Make sure that they definitely celebrate, even though of course you should do that. When you're married, date as often as you can. Even though you're married, go out somewhere. It was just you and your spouse. So that was the thing that the question came up. So we're going to pose it to you guys on tonight. Also, is Valentine's Day important to you? Why and why not? Why or why not?
Yeah, put
So
it in the
that's
comments.
yeah.
Put it in the comments. Type in the chat. The chat is live, so of course we like people to respond to our questions because we like to know what people are, and why. While we waiting for you guys to respond. For me, Valentine's Day. For me, I was, just to be honest, I was really never a fan of it because I don't know. It was just me. But you know, um, and it's not because I hated it. It was just, I don't know. It's I don't know. But for me now, I've been married for so long, and going on 13 years, and it's like, dude, now I know my wife. All she wants is chocolate covered strawberries. She don't want all the
Yes.
extra chocolate covered candy and
No, just the
she don't
strawberries.
want no flowers,
Because
no roses.
anytime he go to the store, and specifically if he goes to Kroger,
Yeah, she
you
don't.
gotta get the chocolate covered strawberries. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, and it's like, I mean, that's it. And she just wants but she really wants to celebrate her birthday, which is after Valentine's Day. That's the real celebration. The real celebration is that's what she wants to do. So that's what I make sure I put all my effort into that. And many years she told me that a long time ago because I always thought I got to do all this for Valentine's Day, and but she made that very clear. So I really believe it depends on your spouse, how your spouse receive it and take it, like what would they want. Like for me, I don't care if I'm getting on Valentine's Day because just tell me you love me every day. You know what I'm saying? And just express it, but and take action. But and of course, like she said, dating is really good, but I guess for us, we just different. I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
But
when I was younger,
yeah.
yes, they posed that that that's been something that you should try to celebrate, because it gets so commercialized to me. And then of course, when you're in middle school, high school, you have your little friendship parties and stuff, and then you got the one that is gonna ask you, "Will you be my Valentine?" Or whatever, try to slide you the little slick note. Yeah, if I hear all that, excuse my phone's going off. But in messages. But if you if you so to me it was just like, okay, it was fine. But then after really being in a relationship, I was like, dude, I don't, even before I got married, I was like, dude, whatever. Because a couple of the dudes that I did date, one did get some, one didn't, or they might have got it one year, didn't get the next year or something. So I think more so I stopped expecting it. And with it being so close to my birthday, I was like, dude, as long as you do something for my birthday, then we good. I ain't care about Valentine's.
She clarified that.
So I had to make that clear
because I was doing both. I was doing both in the beginning.
But then he was trying so hard to try to do both and try to split it all. And then it's something that I was like, dude, it's not that serious for me. It's not. And there's nothing wrong with it if you do celebrate it. But just for me, I didn't care. And as like he said, is all I wanted was my chocolate cup of strawberries. And that didn't mean you had to wait till Valentine's Day to get them. No. Just the moment Kroger starts dipping them and packaging them up in either the 6 or the 12 pack, he was expected to bring one home every time he went to the store. Or if he said, you need something before I come to the house, I'm like, yeah, I can go and stop by Kroger and get them strawberries. So that was the only thing I asked for. That's the only thing I asked for and expect at some point between the time that they start selling them February 1st up until my birthday. Well, they kind of stopped a little bit before then, I think. They stopped a little bit before then. It all depends on if they made too much or not. Then I expect what, two containers or whatever. So no, it's not a deal to me because my thing is that yes, you should celebrate throughout the year. Show your appreciation, your love and appreciation to each other throughout the year. But like some people said on Facebook, like that was a day for them that they made sure without a doubt that that's at least the one time that they're gonna do something because they're married, young couple, and have small children. So if that's what works for them, that's what works for them. Um, and I'm sure they try to do stuff throughout the year too, as much as they can. But that's just that one day that was, that they make sure that they do something for sure. So we got some comments coming in on YouTube. Walter said, "Yes, it is important to take Valentine's to celebrate. You should always celebrate and appreciate your spouse," which is so true. So again, like that's up to, you know, to that person, like it's to your spouse. If you're now, if he pre wanted something, I would expect something, then yes, I would get him something. But I wouldn't in return, well, I got you something, so you got to get me something. I wouldn't do him like that. If that was something that he celebrates, then okay, I would make sure that he gets them. But I just personally don't have to have anything but my strawberries.
Yeah, I mean, and then you got the next one. That's Vaughn over there saying yes. However, we still celebrate each other when we can, regardless if it's on Valentine's Day or B-Days. And actually, that's with relationships, that's actually the best way to do it. Because in Valentine's Day, if you have that type of relationship where you have that expectation, it won't be as great as a surprise date or a surprise outing. A surprise date or a surprise outing is to me more exciting because you don't. It's off the whim. You wouldn't. It's like you plan it, but then at the same time, it's like we're just gonna go out just to be doing. We don't have to wait till a holiday to show affection. And and the sad part is, some people use the holiday to kind of get what they want, if you know what I mean. With the insertions and all that stuff. But I mean, you have to come to an understanding to say that no, I mean for real, they do. Like sometimes.
No, I was just about to say, just say the word.
I mean, well, I wouldn't call it. I mean, my thing is like, man, yeah, I can say sex, but I'll just say smash because that's what they're doing because they want to smash, be one and done.
Intercourse.
But the thing is like it's like some people use it for different reasons, and some people use it for the actual reason. And I really believe that it is better to date year round, but sometimes people can't. Like I know me and my wife, man, we haven't been on a date in a long time, and mainly it's because of the some of the stuff that I've been dealing with the health issues, and then with plus our jobs, the kids. Sometimes people can't watch our kids, so we have to do that. Sometimes we got to be creative. Like last year around about this time, I had something planned out for my wife. I was supposed to take her to this hotel in Galveston. It was going to be nice. I had everything set up, and I had to cancel because the freeze had came through, and I was like, dang, man, and you know what this brother did? This brother got some lobster, steak. What else we had? We had some food basically, and
some asparagus and some. Was it Alfredo or something?
Something with some apple cider on the side with the drink. So,
but the bomb diggity dough to top that off the whole meal was the strawberry drink that he made.
Yeah, I made a strawberry drink. Yeah. So the thing was, I was
and it was non-alcoholic. Just clarify, okay?
But I was creative, and I had to become creative, and I showed my love through that. I showed my love to where I set the dinner table up. I had everything set up. I had all the arrangements set up, and I did all that stuff, and I had the stuff in the oven. I mean, I cooked the whole time. And so she said,
it didn't like for me.
And so, I mean, dude, like I had all that set up. And
it didn't for me, that meant more than going out or going to wherever he was trying to go at first.
Right.
Because that was more time and effort put into it than that. And maybe because it was from the heart. And then the fact that, okay, just because the plans fell through with going to, plan A fell through, he still did something instead of just not doing anything at all.
Right.
So that was still just as great to me as it than anything else. It don't take much to please me. The number one.
Right.
You know, I'm not one that's all big on, spending buku money on this and that or whatever, or doing it up. You gotta show me this, buy name brand stuff, all that, blah blah blah. I'm not that. I don't do all that. Um, I'm probably more like, look, I'll spend more money. I'm the type of person that will spend more money on somebody else. Excuse me, first than I do myself.
Right.
And I'll question and talk myself out of spending money on myself before I do it on somebody else. I do it on somebody else without a hesitation. So that's just me. So that doing that was just the dinner, the whole makeup and everything. I don't care if we were at the house. Excuse me. I should have drunk the tea. I don't care if we were at the house. So that was better for me, and it was received more than to go out somewhere.
Yeah, and I mean that's it's just what you do for the love, man. It's your actions. It's what you show. It's what you show through your actions to people, not what you buy. And so I want to get into this question though. Walter E10 Jr. left it. Says, if someone does not get you a gift for V-Day, should it be a problem? Now me, this is me. I'm gonna be real. I understand that people have expectations to get a gift. Now I'm only speaking for those who are married. Now, as far as relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, that's a whole nother subject. But marriage, for one, marriage is not based on gifts. It's based on action. It's based on action and love. The world says that, gifts is action, and it's not. It's what you do. Let's just say somebody that have money, but they built something out of their own hands, or like what I did. I cooked the dinner. Actually, that Valentine's Day, I didn't give my wife no gift for that Valentine's Day. Actually, yeah, I didn't do that. So
Actually, we haven't. Like you said,
yeah,
once you
yeah.
understood that,
And so like
that I didn't care.
the
He's
thing
not
is,
trying to worry about getting gifts.
if somebody, especially a spouse, gets upset because they didn't get a gift for Valentine's Day, then they need to really question, hey man, what's really going on here. And the reason why I say that is because Valentine's Day is a man-made holiday. Okay, let's just be real. Okay, so it's a man-made holiday actually for people to celebrate love, but technically you're supposed to celebrate love all year round, 24/7. Think about that. So we supposed to love one another, cherish one another all year round. So they just decided to stamp a holiday and say, hey, we're gonna celebrate it on this day. So we're gonna say, hey, this is the time we can get your wife some heart and candy and stuff. Honestly, it's really another way for people to make money.
That's what I said earlier. It's
You have
commercialized.
to, yeah. So the thing is it's like a person shouldn't be a relationship ender. I'm gonna say it like that. It shouldn't be a problem. I believe that married people, I believe that on Valentine's Day, they can say, you know what, we love each other. Let's go hang out with each other. Let's go walk around the park. Let's go. Let's go walk the beach. Or let's go. That's a gift. That's a better gift. Let's go walk the beach. Let's
Well,
go
then,
here.
but true.
Let's go and reminisce. They lose ourselves in one another. It's not the object or the item that makes the gift. It's you spending time with that person is the gift. So
True,
if somebody
but
didn't,
you do have those people as what they have, what they call your love languages.
yeah,
So you have those people who are just fine with affirmations, but you
right,
have those that want gifts.
yeah,
Because that's just now, as far as like, if they trying to set limits on it to say that you can't buy me nothing less than $100 or less than $200, yeah, you got the wrong intentions behind it, that you being greedy,
yes,
you being silly. Because what if he didn't have that? So what if that other half used their last $2 or used their last $5 to buy you something, but it was from the heart? So you can't just say, if you don't spend this and that, then yeah, you're wrong. That's
Yeah.
totally just taking the left field. But with gifts though, some people, that's their love language. And that's one of those days because they got you get all the little cute stuff, the big old teddy bears with the
Hmm.
hearts and stuff. That's the time of year when you can get those,
Yeah.
because any other time you might not be able to, unless you order it or something, got to pay,
But see,
or whatever. So,
that's another
but I get it.
that's
But
another control of making money is what I'm saying. And what I'm saying, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with the holiday, but what I'm saying is that when you go visit other places and you'll see how other cultures live. And here, sometimes we are so sheltered here in America that we don't really see, other things. And it's like, like I say, Valentine's Day should be important for couples. And again, I'm talking about married couples. It should be more important to spend time with one another than to say, "Oh, let me hurry up and go get a rose real quick so she can be pleased." That's not love. That's just trying to save your own skin so she won't fuss at you. And if you're doing that for that purpose, to say, "Let me go out here and get this rose so I can be covered." Oh, here you go, baby. Oh, she pleased. Okay, let me go sit down and go do something else. That's not love. That's just making sure that she's satisfied, and then you going about your business. And to be honest with you, it's sad because many relationships are like that. A lot of relationships are like that, to say, well, as long as I get her a gift, I'm good. No, man, you should be
see,
able to
then
spend
that goes
time
too though with the
with her.
intentions. Is
Right.
that if you just think that that's all you got to do, then yeah, you missing the mark.
But
You
some
missing
but
the
some
point.
but some women just
Yeah.
want gifts. And some men, well, I don't never heard of men, but some women do just want gifts. But some women want to spend time with their man. But some women, they just want gifts. And like you said earlier, and like I said, it should be to where, you know, uh, it shouldn't be a problem. Like what Walter's saying, it shouldn't be a problem, because if somebody, trying to get a divorce because their husband didn't get them,
That's extreme.
that's
I'm
just,
sorry.
come on, man, come
that's
on.
that's extreme.
Come
That's
on, man.
extreme.
I mean, you in that case, you letting the holidays dictate your marriage.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
come
like you
on.
said. That means you need to step back and do a self check, a self evaluation to see why are you feeling that way? Where did that all stem from? And I'm sure it didn't just start with that one person.
Mm-mm.
That it came from something that if that would be a deal breaker for you, then yeah, that's out of line. That's taking it too far. That's extreme. That means your relationship it's not based on a firm foundation. It's not based on love and appreciation and all. If that's gonna be a deal breaker for you.
Right.
So okay, so the next comment was from Ray Made It. She said Valentine's Day is an amazing holiday celebrated around the world to express your love for your soulmate, but it's not celebrated around the world.
No, it's not.
It's
It's
not.
not.
Apparently a lot of other places don't celebrate it. So but here is that's why, like you said earlier, it's a man-made holiday or man-made celebration, celebratory day that people celebrate, but everybody doesn't. They don't celebrate it
I
all
mean,
around.
it's nothing wrong with celebrating it. I just, the only thing that, like I say, people just look at it the wrong way. Like I say, when you look at marriage, you look at the Word of God, and like I say, we always go back to the Word of God and on Real Talk. And when you look at the Word of God, the Word of God tells us that we have to love our wives as Christ loved the church. And men, we have to love our wives, with all of our heart, with compassion. And that goes with communication. That goes with all these things. And it's more now when you spend time with each other. If you want to say, "Hey, I can go here, I'll make it romantic and get some chocolates," fine. But at least the thing that what I wouldn't like is just say, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna make sure I get these flowers and get this heart shaped candy, and we're done." Like, no, it needs to be a time to where, hey man, this is a time to where we can pick and choose and say, "Hey, you know what? We can celebrate. We can spend time with one another. We can spend time talking to one another." Because I really believe that that's what a lot of relationships lack, is that they we spend so much time trying to please one another or trying to make sure, hey, I'm on this level, instead of making sure that we're communicating with one another. And I believe communication is another area of love in a relationship, because you are able to understand more deeper. You can, like, let's just say, prime example, if you in San Antonio, if you live in San Antonio, you know, instead, you can go down to the Riverwalk and just have a nice dinner. I didn't get a box of chocolates. I didn't get some roses. It's okay if you want to do that, but I'm just saying, spend time to communicate. Because I remember when I was young, I thought Valentine's Day was about getting candy, about getting chocolates. I thought it was about, just trying to give a gift to the person that you love. I thought it was about that. But now that I understand love more deeply, that I understand that, I would rather, just spend some time or whatnot. But because of how our relationship is, I mean, I just, playing for the birthday, on the 19th.
Yes, yes,
so,
yes.
but it's like, we have to, it's like people here, like it's two things that I just, Valentine's Day is good, but then another one that it's just sometimes people abuse Valentine's Day. And when I say abuse, like I mentioned earlier, some people abuse it to where they say, hey man, you know what? Shoot, tonight I'm gonna get them buns. I'm gonna go over here, get this hotel real quick, get them some rolled stuff, get them buns real quick. Then go tell all the boys, hey man, I got them buns last night because it was Valentine's Day. I got that condom. I'm good, dog. I mean, stuff like, sometimes that's what the world kind of portrays that as. And hey man, it's Valentine's Day. Let me get a gift and then get the buns. Like, it should be more than that. It should be, like I said, it should be where I'm understanding you, where I'm understanding you as a person, loving you who you are. That's what, if Valentine's Day is about love, then it goes so much deeper than just, what's on the surface of what they put out there. So, like I say, I mean, it's nothing wrong with it, but at the same time, we just want to make sure that we're showing true love for one another, because that also increases your relationship with one another, and it helps it to grow. But and then you want to you got something to add on that or something? Because I was just running my mouth. I would not.
Well, excuse me, for those who are just tuning in, the question that we posed was that, is Valentine's Day important or not, and why? So we were going through some of the responses on Facebook from when I posted that a couple of weeks ago, or last week before last, whatever it was. So we were going through some of the responses, and if you are on YouTube, we're going through those as well. So that was that thing, the question of which was posed. So yeah, we were just saying that, given the perspectives, different point of views, and then like for us to say that it's not a big deal for us. It's not at all, actually. I don't even look for anything on that day. Like I said, as long as I get my strawberries.
As long as you get a strawberry.
Sometime in the month of February. In those first 2 weeks, we good.
She want a strawberry.
No, but but that was all we were posing. So since it's so close to Valentine's Day, we just wanted to bring that out since it is Relationship Friday. So we are chatting about doing a live chat about relationships, things that with the relationship, excuse me. So like today, posted another, and I don't know if you had something else before I just go to the next.
Oh, go ahead. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Because y'all know how we just doing this on the web, because all I knew was when we were talking about relationships. So today, speaking of that, so like he mentioned earlier, was that or what he was talking was that that if somebody used Valentine's Day because they didn't get a gift, that they shouldn't be, calling it quits or nothing or whatever. So, or get a divorce. But like I said, that was extreme. But the question I posed today is, what is a deal breaker for you in a relationship? What is a deal breaker? What will cause you to say, okay, that's it, you're done completely, you're walking away? And
I'm gonna wait till they answer that, because I want to see what they.
So if you are you can answer either way. And if you're married, answer in as far as marriage wise, if you can, and then, or if you have an example of what was a deal breaker for you, if you don't mind sharing it, if you could put it in the chat, about what was, something that the other person did that made you just walk away. So a lot of the feedback, or some of the feedback that came back today, was mostly and mainly, the comments were dis- the comments were dishonesty, smoking, and cheating, and dishonesty, excuse me, lies and cheats. So everybody pretty much was on the same page, was dishonesty. But I hear you with the dishonesty part. But look how often it happens. So to what extreme do you accept the dishonesty? What's your cutoff point? And what is it, in what area does they have to be dishonest? Is it that the dishonesty say, okay, that's it? Because depending on what it is, they might have had some intentions too, or real intentions, or what they thought, I should say, what might have been a reasonable, thing to be dishonest to you for whatever reason. How extreme do you accept it, is what I want to know. No, I'm not saying that that you should be able to do that with no problem or anything like that. No, and get away with it. No, I don't appreciate it either. But people make mistakes. So as far as what extreme of the dishonesty, or what is it, to what point of dishonesty? Is it in a certain area, or is it dishonesty, period? What would cause you to cut it off? To just say, I'm walking away, that's it. Now, especially if you're married, what would just say, be like, okay, I'm done on that dishonesty. And lies go in with that too. Mm-hmm. Cheating goes in with that, because you're gonna be dishonest to the other person, because you're cheating, because you're trying to be sneaky, you're doing stuff you shouldn't be doing.
Oh, right. Just like, she's down for life. I like that. Ain't no matter what you gonna do, I'm down for life. Let's go.
And that's how the whole point of the vows. Mm-hmm. To death do us part, for better or for worse. So are you willing to go through the worst to get better? Are you willing to go through a period of...
Look, cheating is a no-go, though.
I was just saying, cheating is a no-go. Which that is grounds for... She said cheating is stupid.
It is stupid. Yeah, it is stupid.
And I used to always say, that what was the purpose of cheating?
Yeah.
Why would you cheat instead of just walking away? And I used to say that all the time. And then when you start really just going beyond the fact of, okay, that person cheated, well, what led to it?
Right.
When you start going deeper into it, and that's what everything, that when you can go deeper than beyond of what they just did, what caused it, what led up to it, what gives you the understanding of why they did what they did. That doesn't mean that you accept it. That does not mean that you accept it. That just gives you the understanding of why they felt they needed to go that route, right. Why they felt they had to make that decision. So when you can understand why, then it gives you, okay, are you going to stay? Are you going to leave? That's when you're in that point of making that decision. That pivotal point is, are you going to stay or are you going to leave? Mm-hmm. You going to give them another chance, or you going to forgive? That doesn't mean that you forget.
I mean, sometimes,
so it's like, what, so to what extreme or whatever, what would be a deal breaker for you to say that, okay, you throw your hands up completely and walk off?
I mean, like, sometimes, you have to, the thing is that, everybody makes mistakes, but when you are when you're in a marriage, you know what I'm saying, you have to understand. I remember one time I was looking at, I think I was looking at a sermon about, I forgot who was preaching it, but Rachel says that they already made the choice to leave when they stepped out that door. Yep, you sure right. So it's over. But so I mean, like, when you really think about it, if you a person, you're gonna see all kinds of women everywhere. You're gonna see that everywhere. I'm talking from a man's perspective. You're going to see that everywhere. But the thing is that you have to learn, man, you always have to have a choice, whether you're going to do it or not. There's no such thing as, I got taken over. I was weak and I fell in her vagina. No, you ain't do none of that. So I mean, it's the main thing of it's the main thing of your choice as the reason why, like you said, the reason why you did it. And some reasons are just plain.
And then what I'm meaning by your choice or what happened, the reason why you succumbed to that is what stemmed from it. From over the years, not like just something like, okay, I got drunk and I was stupid and did it.
No.
But I'm meaning like deeper than that. Like what and then if they did, do you think you would have it in you to fight for it? Make it, to and like we've said before, that if one person, if it's only one person fighting for it, then that's gonna be a lot.
Like I say, it depends on what it's for, because you can't, like, okay, I use myself as an example. Before I met this beautiful woman here, I was in a relationship with another young lady, and I believe my sister know who I'm about to talk about. I'm not gonna say her name, but I was driving miles and miles, just to go and see this woman. And, and I was like, oh man, doing everything I can for her and all this other stuff. And then all of a sudden, I got, a full-time job. I had an apartment ready for us. I even found her a location here in Houston and all that stuff. And I was ready. I was like, let's go. You know what I'm saying? I mean what I say. But then all of a sudden, this chick decides to call me, and this chick decides to call me and say, well, I think we not gonna be able to. It's not gonna work. What do you mean? Well, she said, well, for one, I had sex with this other guy, and I just want to tell you I'm pregnant. Huh? Excuse me? Now I know it ain't for me because we ain't done nothing, and she already know that. And then she said that was the other reason why, because I wouldn't give it up to her, because I was waiting for marriage. And because I wouldn't give it up to her, she wanted to go have sex with this other dude and ended up getting pregnant by him. And didn't tell me till later. So the thing is, the stuff like that, that's selfishness, because I wouldn't give it up to you. You go cheat and go get pregnant with another dude because I wouldn't give it up to you because the way you wanted it. And to me, the people who do those things or do it in that form of fashion is selfish, and they only think about themselves. They only think about, hey man, I'm only thinking about me right now. I'm not thinking about you. I'm not. Nah, bunk that. It's all about me, how I feel. And when you get in a relationship, I believe what leads to cheating is, again, it's that selfish spirit about thinking how I feel. And the thing is, it's like, if you don't know how to work through, well, sometimes it's like that, because sometimes, well, no, because, but the thing is, watch this. The vow says for better or for worse.
Right. So you're right. So that's on marriage.
It don't matter if it's the husband.
That's on marriage is. So now you're speaking on marriage perspective. Okay.
So, it's for better or for worse in a marriage. So if the husband overnight is not acting right, but he's a believer, but he got some stuff he got to clean out. Well, that it got to be worked out. Same thing with the wife. We have to learn that everybody's going to come with some type of baggage. Nobody's coming perfect. So if we allow that baggage to take over, then those desires or want to go cheat with somebody else is going to happen. But what's happening is that person that you're now seeing or meeting, they got baggage too. But the thing is, they look good. The enemy makes them look good because, you don't know their baggage. He's hiding it from you at that time. So if you think, this is better, no, it's not. It's better to deal with what you got. And so that's why, it's kind of crazy. But it's to me, man, nah. But as far as like a deal breaker, if somebody, do something, if they consistently doing it, then man, you got to turn around. Now, to me, a deal breaker is abuse. I believe that nobody should be in a relationship that's abusive. If somebody is being abused, hit on, disrespected, even not just because you're married, don't mean you cannot be sexually abused. You can be sexually abused when you are married. Trust and believe there is abuse that exists. So if all these things are happening and you being abused, you need to seek help and also leave. Because if that person ain't trying to change and he over there hitting on you or doing some stuff or talking down or whatever, or if she talking down on you and you ain't making it, man, depression is a killer. And if that stuff is depressing you and bring you down, man, you need to move on around. Because when you're married, you're supposed to be married with somebody that's supposed to boost you up, not abuse you. So, I'm just, but I'm sorry. Back to you.
No, you're fine. I'm just saying. I was just trying to see where I was just listening. That's all. No, but so that was the thing. So, but in marriage wise, so we'll take it a little bit further. So in marriage wise, too. So as you said that, okay, because I'm thinking of a situation with. Oh, you just not reading that?
Man,
No, wait.
like if you did it more than 5 times and then had a child, out of the good Lord.
So for y'all who don't know, we laughing at. The comment says it depends on how many times they do that they do cheat. Like if you do it more than 5, then have a child out of marriage is definitely a deal breaker.
That's aggressive.
So that's what we're laughing at. But that's the thing that okay. So with that comment, that went to that I was thinking of a situation with a celebrity couple that they're married, been married for I don't know how long. The husband cheated numerous times. They went through, her being upset, her acting out of, with the anger and all of that stuff, which was totally understandable, and everything. But then yet now, so they went through the roughness. They went through the hardship. They went through hating each other. They went through all of that. But then even in all of that, they still self-checked each other. They self-checked themselves to see, okay, what was I doing? So what was I lacking that he needed, or what was I not doing that he needed that caused the push away, that caused him to have to go step out, that caused him to have to try to the enemy to make it easier for him to get tempted to receive it from somebody else. So they both had to do a self-examination, and now you would be like, they'll tell you that, yeah, I messed up, he messed up. But because they both had the desire and the fight to work it out, seek counseling, to pray, to go to church, to let God should change them individually and as a couple. Now you was swear up and down that that it's a whole nother, like they like they're on a whole nother level, and they're more in love with each other now with all that they went through. Sorry, somebody was calling my phone. With all that they went through, that they would tell you that they're better now than what they were at 1st. So that's the thing that I was asking or wondering, as far as to take it, as far as the deal breaker was to say, how much is enough for you? What's your limit? And then are you willing to work on it? Would you have the fight in it to do it, or would you just say that's it and cut it off? And that's the thing with the marriage, and that's just marriage period as a whole. And it doesn't have to be cheating, just things period. Anything that you go through, the stuff that you deal with, it's all about the fight.
Like especially sickness.
Yeah, sickness. I mean, it can be anything. And that's when we say relationship. So we don't want to just make it seem like it's only just cheating and all that. But no, we're just saying period, because this is Relationship Friday, that it's the fight that's in it. Do you have the fight and the desire to make it work? Do you have the fight and the desire to see that if you got to change, that you need to change? That it's not all about that person. Are you always, just got to blame the finger and not look at yourself? But it's a lot of different things and perspectives, the different ways that you have to look at it, because a relationship is not just only that.
Rachel said not sickness, man. Rachel made it. You'll be surprised. Some people leave people for sickness, man.
Yeah.
Some people, it is really bad. Like some people, it depending on the conditioning, depending on what's going on. I mean, they'll go out there. And what we mean by that is a sickness can cause somebody to flirt and also go cause to go, do something with somebody else. If they're not in it until the end, if you know what I mean. And of course we don't expect to do that, but there are some people that do. I mean, it's just, I mean, man, because some people get married for the wrong reasons, and
Yeah, and that's why it's a love issue. It's a communication
yeah,
issue.
it's a love
That's
issue,
why
right?
we were saying that the foundation, that
Yeah,
it all is the foundation of it.
right,
Of what was the foundation of your relationship? What is the foundation of your relationship based upon?
right.
Because if it's only based upon sex, based upon money and material things, then it's gonna fail.
Yep.
It's gonna fail. If love is not in it, especially if God ain't in it, it's gonna fail. Regardless, no
Shoot.
matter which way you look at it,
And
it's gonna
also
fail.
cheating is not only a trust issue, but it also is a lust issue too. Because sometimes
Yeah.
people have an issue with lust. Like I ain't gonna say this person's name, but some people, I knew a guy that I used to work with, and man, he was married and had a whole bunch of kids, a whole bunch of them. Okay, but but this dude, every time he seen a woman, I promise you, he looked at her like he was taking her clothes off and was saying out loud what he was doing. I mean,
that pervert
dude,
status
man, I'm trying to tell
long.
you, bro. Like some men just got to be delivered. Let's just
Yep.
be serious. Some men got to be delivered, and it's just because sometimes, man, they've been taught the wrong way.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, man. But yeah, that's true, Rachel. Yeah, that's very true. But I mean, no, but she's right.
No, I know, but I'm not gonna put that out there like that.
That
Yeah.
because he was supposed to have been a man of God, and he just was a total idiot. So, and he kind of, I don't even communicate with that guy anymore after what he did. But I mean, like with him, and that's the thing. Like me and him were cool. I met his wife, his kids, and whatever, and he just wasn't right. He was just putting on a show. And that's what a lot of men do. They put on the show and do something, and then they have this they put on this persona like, oh, I'm this and I'm that, but then in the dark, oh man, yeah, I want you too. Oh yeah, and now I'm gonna turn this on and get with you too, and my thing is that we have to us as men, this is why God wants us men to learn what true love is. Because when we don't know what true love is, we begin to do dumb stuff, and we begin to lean to our lustful nature of what we have and do things that are bad for selfish reasons. And I'm talking to men only. I'm not touching women. I'm talking about men, because sometimes us as men, we get to that place to where we get prideful and selfish sometimes, and we lose track if we don't have God. And God, dumpster fire. I always say make my stomach hurt, but so Lord, please forgive me, Jesus. I'm not supposed to laugh at that, but that's why. That's why. Oh man, right? You making my stomach hurt. But look, so that's what men. We have to understand. We have to understand not to be dumpster fires. Well, that's why I had to say it. But we have to understand that and the same. You know what? Since she went that route, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Like us as men of God, we have to be more under control when when we're in the house of God, because we are supposed to be the light. We're supposed to show people how to be.
But that's men and women.
I know.
I know you saying you just
Yeah,
speaking on men.
I'm only speaking on men, and you can speak on the women, and I'll let you. But
no, but it worked both ways with what you're saying. Even what you were saying at first, and that it doesn't matter because okay, like you said, you got to like you recognize that this person has a lust issue,
right?
You recognize. So when you get to the root, that's also when you get to the root of what the problem is, and you recognize it, and you well, that would you help them get through that, or would you still just call it quits?
Yeah.
Would you help them get through what they need? You know, if they're trying, if they're making an effort. Now I can see if they ain't making an effort, you know, because ain't no point of you putting all your all into it if they not,
Yeah.
especially if they ain't trying to change.
Right.
But if they're making an effort and they're telling you, and you know that they're sincere, that there's a desire that they wanted that, but they need the help, they need the therapy, they need to get through this or whatever. And y'all don't be ashamed of therapy. Please don't be ashamed of therapy in all ways, in relationships, for marriage, for mental health, whatever it is. Do not be ashamed to go to therapy. I know it ain't common amongst us, but please don't be ashamed to go to therapy. It is nothing wrong with it at all.
Right.
But back on
No,
if
no,
that
no.
person. So when you recognize the issue, when you recognize the root of the problem, and that person really has the strong desire to want to change, but they need your support, are you willing to help them through it? Are you? Is that still no? That's a quits. You call it quit. So that's the whole thing. Is not to just don't just look at it. Okay, they cheated. Bam, I'm gone. Or they lied. Bam, I'm gone.
Mm-hmm.
But what's the root of it? Get to the root of it, because if it's something that can definitely, that they need help, that they can change, and they're having the desire to, are you willing to stick through it with them?
Yeah. Are you willing?
Especially with marriage, because sometimes when people call it quits way too easy, they'll call it quits way too
See,
quick.
but like what Rachel was saying earlier, it's because it's a communication issue,
Right.
it's a love issue, a trust issue, and a lot of people in marriages in today's world, the world teaches us today that we don't have to communicate. You say, well, what the world don't? Well, yes, it does, because the world encourages us to be on our phones. The world encourages us to snapshots and do all this stuff instead of communication and spending time with another, planning, you know, just doing so many other things. And even though sometimes I really believe sometimes jobs get in the way of relationships. Sometimes the boss don't give a care if you need to talk to your wife or something. No, you need to work for me now, and you have so many people that are, you know, especially grew up. Sometimes you have people who grew up in broken homes, who don't know what communication is, who don't know what that is, and they have to be taught what that is. And so it's kind of like, my bad, y'all. We just shaking the table. But
Sorry.
sometimes we and this is why who are married that do communicate with our spouses. If we know somebody that is not communicating well, you don't have to preach to them, but just show them from what you do in action on how you communicate to help them. Because, if somebody always needs that example on how to communicate, because especially if they grew up in a broken home or grew up somewhere where their mom and daddy was on drugs and they always fighting and stuff and all that. I mean, you'll be surprised at some of the homes some of these kids grew up in. And then they grow up from kids to be that broken kid and then trying to get in love with somebody and they truly love the person, but they don't know how to communicate with them. And you really can't judge that person on that because they had a rough life. So it's just now this person is now connected with you or connected with me. So now, okay, I can help you out. You know what, man, this is what we do, just give them some advice, because a lot of people in the world today, they need help in that area, and oh, wait a minute. Oh, she said, I think y'all mix my stuff up. If you cheated, it becomes a love problem, communication issue, a trust issue, and new insecurities. I don't need that moving forward. Um, and so, like, if you know somebody or something like that, then we all have to come together and help those people, because there's a lot of people out there in the world that just really need our examples, if you know what I'm saying. It's a lot of people out there that need the example of your relationship, of your marriage, that to see what you are doing. uh, and it's so much, because like I said, the divorce rate is high, and everything. And I really believe that once people focus on what love truly is, they need to focus on themselves first to heal from what hurt them, and then move forward, and then they'll be able to move forward. in their marriage and everything like that. So I just believe, like I know my wife was saying earlier, that how much it's gonna take. Like I say, with God, all things are possible, and that's the key right there. With God, all things are possible. So it don't matter what you go through; it's just all things are possible. Believe we were talking about that in church last week. It doesn't. In life, there's always going to be a storm. Once you come out of a storm, trust me, there's another one brewing. Because there's always going to be something that comes our way. So it's a no-go. So basically we have to learn to understand that we have to go through the storms together in unity. And when we do that, we'll be able to press through and push through together. And that's what me and my wife learned, throughout the years of our marriage. We have to learn that because at first we wasn't seeing eye to eye. I'm not gonna lie to you. Me and my wife, we wasn't seeing eye to eye. We was always saying, no, I'm right, blah, 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 blah. We was always, sometimes we threw scripture at each other and blah, 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 and all that other stuff. Until one day, like I said, I'm not going to get in deep into it because this is not what it's about, but until one day I had to look at myself. God had me to look at myself and say, hey, TJ, you need to change this. Because I had a lot of hurt in me still from my previous relationships. I had a lot of hurt and I was dishing it out on her. And so I had to learn, you need to heal first. And that's what God did with me. I had to heal first and change, because me and my wife, we was on the verge of just separating for a quick minute because I was so arrogant at the point.
But it's not just him though either. That because the first 5 years we were also focused on, we gonna go get past this mark. We try to prove ourselves to everybody who wanted us to fail.
Oh, so many people wanted us to fail.
That wanted us to divorce and all of that stuff. And
told me to my face.
It was so many people that wanted us to, and that was bet that we would, that like that first 5 years we was just so focused on, we making sure we gonna do this, we in this, and I'm not, once that 5-year mark hit, and was like, okay, we got to that hump. And then it was like, okay, wait, now what? But then all this stuff rushed. Rushed too soon. Like you said, dealing with hurt and past relationships and stuff. It started coming out because we wasn't so focused on trying to prove that we were going to stay together. So now once that we got past that hump, then that came to focus on, okay, well, this is still an unresolved issue. That's why I said that's the whole reason why I wanted to get into this, to see what was your cutoff, because what's your complete total deal breaker. So we both had to examine ourselves. We both God had to show both of us ourselves. God had to show both of us where we were wrong, to stop pointing the finger at each other, to stop trying to make this one do this and make that one do that. And if we had to understand our expectations of each other. So once we understood our expectations of each other, then we were able to move forward. We were able to start healing. We were able to, okay, now I see why you did this, because that's how you was raised. Or now I see why you did this because of your experience you went through. We were both able to say that to each other, that we were able to understand each other more. We were able to know how to love each other. Because at first it was just like, okay, look, let's do this. We going and move quick, because before we even got married, we ended up moving in, which I did not want to move in with him. And it wasn't that I didn't like him or not like that. It was like, no, I wanted to experience life as being outside of the home. I didn't want to go straight from mom and daddy house to being married. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to experience life. I wanted to learn how to do this. I wanted to learn how to do that, know how to take care of myself, learn how to be independent. And it was like, it was a rush. So it was a whole lot of different things that spilled from it. I mean, stuff came out, like he said, we was on the verge of calling it quits, because he searched how to look it up, how to get a divorce in Texas. I know I did. What the fees and stuff were, and all.
I didn't go that far.
But yes, you did, because you said you looked at it too.
No, man. What I did,
You know, you don't remember because you told me that a long time ago.
What I did was, because I didn't look at the fees. I'm just being honest.
I show you the fees when I looked at it.
Oh, see.
Well, what I found, I sure did.
See there. See, I didn't. What I did was that even though the thought crossed my mind, what I did was I prayed because, and I'm being honest. I prayed because there were some things that I needed to understand as to why this was happening. And for one, me and her, what we wasn't understanding was that the enemy was attacking us, and we were both being immature at the time.
Yeah.
We were being immature because we just allowed the devil to just run rampant. And so the thing was, what we learned from that though is that, again, God used me to continue, because what like that question earlier was that what was the deal breaker, right?
Mm-hmm.
So of course we had some things going on, but I could have let that be a deal breaker. But see, what I did was I continued to love through the hurt and pain. So when I did that, God taught me what Ephesians really meant about the man loving the Christ. I mean, loving about the husband loving the wife as Christ loved the church. So that really taught me what that meant. And so I had to really understand that. And so what they helped me do is they helped me even love her even more, even in the midst of what we was going through at that time. And so as time progressed, as time moved on, we had to work through things. And what God had me to do was I had this paper, and I put the paper on the wall, and it had scriptures. God specifically had me to write certain scriptures down, and I had to write them every day. And those scriptures were about myself. It changed my trajectory of how I saw things. And I had to look and say, okay, it doesn't matter what you saw. It doesn't matter what happened to you. You're with this woman now. So right now, you need to be the man that I need for you to be for her. Okay. But first, I need you to be the man that I need you to be for me. That's what God was saying. So I had to be the man of God that I need to be first. Then I could be the man for her. So after all that, then I end up changing, in which that change ended up affecting her, which it worked in his design. Okay. Because at that point in time, and correct me if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but at that time, she wasn't finna push forward if I wasn't finna try.
No, I wouldn't.
So the thing is that when she saw what God was doing to me, she was like, well, dang. Then that's when God was like, okay.
And not well, dang like that, but it was like, okay.
I mean like, dang, like, okay, now.
Now that I see, now that that I saw he was trying, then it was like, okay, I had to self check to say, stop, just stop. Why keep nagging? Why keep being upset? Why keep letting little things here and there, just pile on and add to, the irritation, frustration? Just stop. That's what I had. That's what made me stop and look at myself.
Right.
Because he was working on him, allowing God to change him, that I had to be like, okay, well, let me look at me. What am I doing? Because I could no longer blame him. I could no longer try to hold past issues or whatever, or last week's argument over his head, because it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth the continued frustration. It wasn't worth the continued irritation and all of that stuff. When it was like, dude, God was like, just let it go. Just watch. Just be quiet. Be still. Look at what he's doing. I gotta change you too. You ain't perfect either. You got this going. You need to do this. You need to do that.
Can I be honest, y'all? She really needs to let a lot of past hurt go.
Yeah.
Because a lot of it was falling on me. And I was doing the same thing to her.
So that's what came up to
clashing because of the past hurt.
Right. So that's what I say, after the 5 years of being so focused on, okay, we're gonna make it. We were so focused on that, not realizing that everything that we said we weren't gonna be like, or that we weren't gonna do, we were becoming, because we left ourselves open. We left ourselves open to the enemy doing whatever and not realizing, because we were just so focused on, no, we gonna make it, we gonna get this job, we gonna have this money, or we're not like we weren't streamed on paper, like making paper like that, but that we were gonna be to a point that we were gonna take care of ourselves, that we was gonna have, this family, we good and all of that or whatever. That once that, okay, we were to the point that we were comfortable with what we had,
Yeah.
as far as like the apartment, we had our son.
So and then look, watch this. While I'm going through all this, she got pregnant. Her job fired her. Had to start over. Got a job at the bridal store because not only we were having problems, but we were also dealing with personal stuff.
Mhm.
I had a slight stroke. I went down. Got on Cobra. They were only paying me $267 every 2 weeks, which was crap. Then 1 month we couldn't pay rent. We had to ask for money, ask for help 1 month. And we moved to
Yeah,
the
we
hood.
both
went
were
all
out.
the way.
We both were out on.
We had to go all the way down.
I
to
was
the
out
hood
on unemployment, and he was out on disability.
Disability, yeah.
Because of
but
the stroke.
through Lowe's. I was through Lowe's. That's why I was so bad. I didn't go through the healthcare way, which I should have. But the thing was that I was at that point in time, I was the only one working. So it was like, man, we had so much stuff. And I really believe when we moved to Arium, all that stuff just came down. It was just like, we supposed to be farther along than this. And so, God had to teach us, man, until we moved into this house. We moved into this house because it started there. When we moved into this house, like God just rearranged us. And we got some things, and God was like, no more, and we started to pray more together. We started to do a lot more things together. And the thing is that it exists for better or for worse. So even though we've been through a lot, it made us who we are today. Like I say, we're growing like a beautiful tree. A tree will never, ever not go through hardship. Think about it. I got my tree out in the front yard right now. It's been through a freeze. It's been through the heat. It's been through droughts. It's been through all that stuff. But now it's taller than ever. And the thing is that God still supplies, even though through the midst of his hardship. And that's how we got to look at all of our marriages. That sometimes we can't be afraid. Number one, we can't be afraid to tell our story, because our story can bless somebody else.
Exactly.
And that's who we're here for. Everybody here believes in God, and that's what we're here for. We're here to share that so somebody can be blessed and be ready for the devices of the enemy. Because, like me and my wife, man, when I say we've been through some stuff, we've been through some stuff. I'm going through stuff right now with the kidney, my knee busted, my foot, I got all kinds of stuff going on, but God still blesses me. I'm still here. I'm still alive, and with my wife, she's working 12 hours, she does a lot, help me around the house. We got 4 boys, and all that stuff. I had to watch my wife go through 4 C-sections, which was very nervous. There are a lot of things that you have to deal with in a marriage to where it makes you a better human being. And this is why it goes back to the original question about Valentine's Day, when I was saying about communication and how love should be. See, there's a thing of young love, and then there's a thing of ancient love. You can get to that ancient love, but once you get to that ancient love, man, you just be like, man, look, I'm just glad you're here right here next to me. Sometimes when you get there, I just have that I have that best friend love. I have that, and that's where you want to get to. You want to get to that, and you get to that through all kinds of things what life send your way, and then you make it through with being together, and you make it through by pushing through with God. So we've been through some stuff, but I know we like to tell our testimony, man, because like I said, we've been through a lot, and God has been a major blessing to us all. And we couldn't have done it. And we went to counseling too. We went to counseling, but we had to receive that counseling. We had to receive it, because even though we were being counseled, we had to receive it.
That as long as both are willing to work,
both
are willing to work on it, then your relationship will continue to grow. It will get stronger. The love will be there. It will be genuine love. It's not lust. It will go into it. It'll be love. And that's why. And then at one point, like you said, at one point it was just him working. working on the relationship. It was just one point that he was fighting for it, and I wouldn't. But it was, and that's what it wouldn't go any further until both of us were willing to put in the work. So when both of us was willing to put in the work, then we started to see the things change. We started, our perspective started changing. The things we thought we knew and already know of started changing. Our understanding started changing with things. It grew. They got mature. So we were able to move forward. We were able to push past it. Oh, she said, I'm loyal from day one. Some people are too selfish to be loyal that soon.
But I got a question. I got a question for everybody because I know we reached in the marriage. We weren't supposed to go to marriage route. We were supposed to keep in the, but we went anyway.
But you can't help it when you're
I'm gonna save that for because you got to ask certain questions for that. Yeah. But I wanted to keep it for the holiday, and I want y'all to be honest. Give us some honest answers, and however you see it. But do you believe that it is, how can I say this without, okay, I want to know, do you believe that it is a good idea for people who are, and of course we already know we don't agree because, we're Christians and we know we're supposed to stay separate. But for those just putting out there, do you believe that it is good for people to encourage people to have sex because it is Valentine's Day? Of course, they want to say, "Oh, you just have protection or whatever, and just do what you want to do." But do you believe that it is? Do you believe that it's a good idea to tell people that to go ahead and just have sex because it's the holiday, and and things of that nature? Because people do say that they do believe that. Do you believe that people should make that a mark to say, "Hey, I'm gonna do it on this night because it's that day"?
But that's maturity.
I'm just saying. I'm just asking a question. That comes
to maturity because, and no, it's not because you playing and toiling with people's emotions, and you forget the fact, and that's going to the selfish thing. You're taking it selfish to say, okay, well, I like you making it a challenge or something. That's your goal, is that you're gonna get booty on Valentine's Day. So because you get booty on Valentine's Day, like you trip, you the man, you the woman, you because you did that. But it's that's like, dude, what?
Yeah.
It's like, why? And if that's your goal, you're not mature.
Yeah.
And whether it's you're dating or whether you're married, or if you're not even just out there, you just casually dating, as they call it, I guess. That if that's your goal and your intentions, just because it's Valentine's Day and that's what you're gonna do, that you're gonna try to find the baddest person, of the opposite sex or whatever, that you gonna do what you do, y'all gonna do to do, then you ain't mature. You're not mature. I don't care how old you are. If that's your goal, you are not mature. You still got a lot of
right. And you know what? That's Rachel made it. That's why I asked the question. Because I know you said where this is coming from. We look to hit all angles, and we looked, and you'll be surprised because some grown dudes do think that way. I know you said that's not an adult thing, but some men think that way. But we look to hit from all angles on my show, and even with some parents or some people do tell their children that, hey man, go out there, do what you got to do or whatever, and hey man, just make sure you wear protection, but go, just be safe, and so some men do think that way as well. You'll be surprised that a lot of men, especially in their 20s and probably early 30s, think that way. Especially they trying to eyeball this one for a long time. It's like, hey man, I'm gonna look to do this and do this on this night. So it is, but some people, they just think that way. Some people use Valentine's Day and say, this is my way to express love. And to me, I believe that sex should not be a way to express love. Even though people say it is an intimacy, but it shouldn't be a way to just express love on that night, especially when you're not married, because you can like her today and then y'all get into a fight next week and then go on somewhere about your business and get into another relationship. So it's to me I wouldn't, of course, I wouldn't encourage none of my sons to do that, but I have heard and I have seen it done. I have, seen it done to where people just, they use that holiday for that purpose. And, if they do, I get it, but I just don't believe that. Um, I just, that's just me. I don't believe that I would encourage someone to do that because when you have sex with somebody, you connecting with them in the spirit. You have to understand that. And even though you're saying I'm trying not to impregnate you, but you still do to do. So some people do use Valentine's Day for that perspective, and it's just not right. And like Rachel Mady was saying, for teenagers, they do that, but I know a lot of young adults do that as well. Um, and I believe that love should be taught correctly instead of teaching and say, hey, just protect yourself, but it should be taught correctly. Say, hey, this is what true love is about. You don't keep yourself safe until it's that right time. Y'all don't have to do that, but y'all can talk to each other or go do something. You don't have to have that, but it's like the world is teaching the way you have to do that to make it intimate. You have to do that to make it like you, to show her that you love her. Like, no, you don't. That's something for people who are married. So I mean, I'm just putting that out there, but you know, I'm just saying, I'm just being real. I'm being real. But I mean, think about it, because I'm just saying, because we got 4 boys, and just the other day, I had to have a conversation with my oldest son. I had to have the talk, and sometimes we have to understand that, we can't be ashamed in having these conversations, or
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's no age limit on that. It's all about maturity level. When it comes to that. And you got those that grown men that like to play games. That they're not mature. They're not trying to settle down. Women too. It go both ways.
Yeah.
You just hear more about men, and you hear more, the negative end when it comes to, but the same things that guys do, females do also.
Yeah.
You just might not hear about it that often, but sometimes they do that too. And it's those that are not ready, they not trying to settle down. It's those that's not, their goal is not marriage. Their goal is not being in a substantial relationship. They just want to just live life. They want to live their best life. They want to live out loud or whatever. So they get all caught up in these facades and the way that the world does things or whatever, that they don't, that maturity level is not there.
Right.
But yeah, it goes to men and women.
Yeah.
And I'm glad so Ray made it put that a better question is Valentine's Day just for women, and should the 15th be celebrated for men? Now I have heard that supposedly the 15th, that people celebrate that as oh my God, how did this woman word it? Some celebrate it as what did they say, the side chick or the friend day, that is supposed to, somebody, oh, if I could find that post, she said that because she's single, that she made her friends come to an agreement that on the 15th that they all give her something as if it was Valentine's Day.
Oh my God.
And because she's typically, I guess, the third wheel or whatever when it comes to her friends, because all of them are most of them are married or in a substantial relationship. But I did not realize that some people they use the 15th as a day to honor the side chick or the third wheel or the BFF or whatever. Steak and BJ? What is that?
Yeah, I don't do no.
Okay. So I'm just surprised that they do.
I mean,
that.
I wouldn't.
So I
mean, for men, I'm gonna be honest with you. Only thing we care about in February is the Super Bowl. Okay, that's. I mean,
speaking of, if you don't know, it's this Sunday.
I'm just saying. No, I'm being for real. Like the only thing we care about is the Super Bowl. After the Super Bowl, like I said, some men are mostly like, man, I'm gonna give my wife a gift so she won't complain. And some men just like, man, look, I'm gonna move on. And most men are not like that. Like I said, I don't expect a gift on that. I don't care. As long as you better be prepared for March 27th. So the thing is
yeah, he just threw that out there right now.
That's it. I don't care.
First of all,
I don't care about none of that.
You don't get to March 27th until after you get to February the 19th. Okay.
We know that. I got that set. I got that set. They already know. We explained it. I'll
just throw out another reminder in case somebody didn't hear it. They might have missed it. So I just wanted to make sure.
No, I mean, but men, we do know. And that's why I say I stated that other question earlier because that's men's focus. Can I be real? Like, that's men's focus. Men's focus is the bonds. I'm sorry. It's just true. Like, if I've been a young man before. And if I'm seeing Valentine's Day, I'm not thinking about the candy. I'm not thinking about the stuff. I'm thinking about making sure she pleased so that way I can get the true gift, the buns. That's just men, period.
The fact that he's calling this the buns.
I mean, seriously, it's the yams, And sometimes, man, I'm just being for real, like, especially with a man that's married to his wife and he really loving stuff, like, I'm just, the buns, okay. Oh, you got me this t-shirt? Oh, that's nice. Oh, thank you. Yeah, we're gonna hit over here, please. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, I'm just being real, but I'm speaking from a man's perspective. And that's just, men, period. Now, a good man, of course, he want to spend time with his woman and all that stuff. But of course, a man that just don't care, trust me, he gonna give you the gift and he just want the buns. That's just it, But it's mainly, like I say, men, we're more so, especially if you're gonna get a man, and some men, like one dude had posted on Facebook about, getting a Valentine's Day gift, and he had a heart shape, and so he opened a heart shape and said, "Hey man, I'm gonna give my wife this," and so he got his wife a drill, an electric drill, and so like, man, I don't want this. Oh, I'll take it. Thank you. It was a gift for himself. But men don't care about the candy and all that stuff and everything. But he was joking, of course. He got a real gift. But and be surprised like my wife here. Some women don't want candy. Some women, I saw another post. Woman would prefer chicken wings on Valentine's Day.
Listen.
In a heart thing, they want hot wings and stuff. They wanted that in there. Some people just,
Listen.
And some people are different, and that's why I say it's all about who you married to. It's all about who you with. So I wouldn't buy my wife roses. I wouldn't do all that. I would just make sure she have a chocolate covered strawberries and be good. That's it, And but like I say, this weekend, this Sunday, I mean, I'll be going out, but I'm watching the game. So I just want y'all to understand that I will be watching the Super Bowl. Actually, all the men will. All the men probably going to be going around taking their wives out early that Sunday after church. They're going to have that little window. They're going to have a light candle and all that stuff right before 6 o'clock. And then at 6 o'clock, they're going to sit in their lounge chair and say, oh, okay, they can't get mad, baby, because I already did what I did. I'm watching the game.
What's the time? At 6. I thought it started at 7.
You got the pregame show first. Then you got to watch all that.
Oh, Lord. All the talking and the commercials.
Yeah, you got to watch the commercials for the movies. I'm just playing. But look, I'm joking around. But no, I should have that every day. You want wings every day, Rachel? But yeah, so I mean, it's all, and like I say, men are different and we are different than women, but and women are different from men. But all men are different from one another and all women are different from one another. Everybody like their own way of doing things. Like me and my wife, we started playing video games when we first met. I used to beat her all the time in Burnout and Tekken, and I used to beat her in Street Fight all the time. And
Yeah, don't let this man fool y'all.
say, man,
Don't let this man fool y'all.
Now.
Yo,
We're not.
don't let this man fool y'all.
Oh,
Now the majority of the time, yes, he did. Yes, he did win. But when it came to certain games, especially fighting games, then the only time he would get the upper hand is after he got mad because I beat him. And he want to try to come back and like, oh, so like don't let him win like the first 3 games or something, and then I come back and beat him, and then like, or we've been playing for hours or something.
What fight game is this?
Huh? Okay, oh, we gonna act like that?
I want to know. Please help me out.
Okay,
what fighting game you talking about?
No, the only game that you had the upper hand with me
always,
and that was a fighting game in Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur. Dude. I gave you the biz when it came to Tekken.
Marvel's Capcom 2, man, you could not hang.
Oh, okay.
But no,
I
ain't
like
exactly.
No, because you would always cheat. No.
There is no cheating.
No, you would always
skills.
No, when you want to pick the Sentinel and 3 times and then try to go
3 times. Why do y'all keep saying this? I don't do that.
And don't let me win. Oh my God. No, but I had to make him work for it because we always had to go all sets. Was it 3 fights?
Yes. I don't.
So we always had to go all 3 fights because at some point I'm winning one of those little rounds. You might have took the whole set.
I don't pick the Sentinel 3 times. I don't do that. But anyway, look. I'm just saying, I mean, when we first started, what's that? So Valentine's Day is for both partners. Some men absolutely love receiving gifts, even if they don't say it. When you do give them, they feel appreciated. Yeah. Yeah, see, I'm different. I'm different. Like I said, I'm not. I don't expect the gift from Valentine's Day, so I'm different. So that's why I was saying that earlier. That every man is different. Every man is different. So some men, are like that, but me, I don't really do much particularly. I'm just like, dude, no.
And that's why I asked earlier too. Is that do the ladies? Do you only expect to get a gift? And do you give your spouse something or give your significant other something else? I mean, give them.
This girl said that's an everyday event. Really, Rachel? That's.
She got her business. No, but that was the question. Or that was the question posed earlier. Is it only just for the woman to get a gift, or like I said, like I told you, I don't care about Valentine's Day. That's not nothing that you gotta buy me anything for.
She said to me exactly. So y'all see, I ain't look.
You know what? He isn't getting all embarrassed or acting like this because he don't want to hear because that's his sisters. But it's the fact.
But I understand because, like I said, and I admitted that at the end. I said, like me, like I guess for me, it's like I don't know. I'm just not into it. I guess that's just me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just not into it. But the action, I mean, I lift my hands too. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I'm giving the action until I'm 100 years old. But like I said, we have to understand. But like I was saying earlier, so like sometimes things change. Like I said in the very beginning, like I was saying earlier, me and my wife used to play games all the time. And like I said, I used to whoop in all the games. Okay, and now we doing that. And so we used to play all the time. But now, we barely it's true. Especially in burnout. It's true. Okay, burnout.
Dude, don't try that. No, I don't think you really got me. You got me for the races, but usually with the takedowns, I whooped your tail in them takedowns.
That was because
exactly.
I get distracted by the kids.
No, whatever. The takedowns, I whoop your tail in. But all of the races and stuff and that
So that means you won me in that, but all the fighting games are dominated, correct?
No, that's a lie. No,
Yes.
you do not. No, dude. Do you know how many this one right here.
Dude, I did. In Marvel's Capcom 2, I would always dominate. I would pick my team. Spider-Man.
No, I was not that. I'm not even worried about that one. That's why I said on that one that I would.
And I would never pick 3 Sentinels against you. The only time I would pick 3 Sentinels against is Sarah Williams and Rachel Natick when they cheat. That's the only time I pick 3 Sentinels. Because they cheat. Sometimes Rachel cheat with Cable and Sarah be cheating with Ken. So I had to pick 3 Sentinels to show them that I'm whooping all the time. But with you, I just, But now Tekken, okay, y'all, for real, my wife is good at Tekken. She is good at Tekken. She beat me 1 out of 10 times.
Oh, man. He just cannot accept defeat. Oh my God. Now he might have the upper hand. We'll go back and forth. He might have 3 to my 2 or something, or 5 to my 3 or something like that. And then the moment that I end up winning, or I'll be like, dude, no, you go. If I got 1 up on him, and I'd be like, dude, we've been playing this for a while, I'm tired, I quit. Nah, he like, no, come on, dude, when you ready, you scared. And gonna want to play again just so he can make sure he get the last win.
That's right. I gotta have the last win.
See, that's the problem.
I gotta have the last win. The win has to be in my grasp. I've been like that ever since. I was a kid when I used to play Street Fighter Alpha with Sarah. If she got the last one, I had to come back and beat her in Ryu.
See, that's exactly why that number 2 son is his mini him. That number 2 son and this one, they act just like, Lord.
I gotta win. I beat them at games now. You know what I'm saying? I whoop them at games now. But look, so what I'm saying is we started playing games, but now we do stuff differently. Like, we do stuff. We do more stuff like, doing, going out more or doing more, or now we're doing a live together. And sometimes when you grow and do different things. But I guess Valentine's Day has just never been an importance. But like I say, I plan for her birthday. Now, her birthday, we turn up. I mean, we go all out. I mean, if I wasn't afraid of heights, shoot, I'll plan some skydiving. You know what I'm saying? We can just be like, turn up. Ah. I said, if I wasn't afraid of heights. Let's get that straight. But no, we do turn up for her birthday, and that's what we do. We turn up live for her birthday. So, like I said, and matter of fact, in the very beginning, she was allowing me to give her gifts for Valentine's Day, but then it's just like, nah, I just want the strawberries. So, but yeah, man, I mean, it's I think it's the relationship of what people want. How they do it and how they perceive it. So, yeah. But
that's why you gotta know your partner.
But listen, guys, that's what this episode was about. It was about the Valentine's Day and also the deal breaker, and then we just got into a whole bunch of stuff about relationships.
Good, because it's Relationship Friday.
It's Relationship Friday. We got one more to go. And you know what? Next week is going to be my wife's birthday. So we're gonna do a quick celebration when we get on live next Friday. It's gonna be Friday,
yeah. But what I said was because I know the last live he said that we weren't going to go live Friday as far as for this channel. But what I told him was that I didn't want him to cancel his live, and that I will push because as you all know, I sell jewelry, so I wanted to push my special live that I was doing for the jury event to a later time, so he can keep his 7:15 time. Because you can't grow if we don't do nothing. Mm-hmm. So I did not want him to see that whole thing of a relationship compromising. No, I wanted him to. I wanted to make sure that he still was able to do his show. So we will still be live again next Friday at our usual time at 7:15, and then after that, if we stay on time track.
No, we will.
If we stay on time track, then I will do my special live on my business page.
Yeah, we will. And what I'm gonna do, we're gonna just it's the next episode. We're gonna do it real quickly, and just to celebrate, my wife's birthday.
Y'all see me looking a lot different.
Yeah, she's gonna be looking fly,
a little different. I'm going ahead and be ready for my live, so I'm gonna have to come over here and show out just a little bit.
But next week, just tune in. I know on the 25th, I know it's going to be something else pertaining to relationships, but I want to get more in on the marital side and get real, because there are a lot of things in the world that, sometimes I just want to get out there and discuss it, and make sure that we are aligning ourselves as people of God, not us that's on here, but making sure that what we discuss is aligning with the Word of God. And because there are a lot of things that some people just, I don't understand, especially with the I believe I can have two wives. Okay, but anyway, so there are some things that we can discuss and whatnot on the 25th. But next week on the 18th, join us. We're gonna celebrate with Carla. I'm gonna let her pick the topic for that episode, and whatever she want to talk about, we're gonna go in with it, and we're gonna have a good time. I thank you guys for tuning in. And if you haven't got the information for I am doing a kidney search for a kidney transplant. If you haven't got the information, you can look at the beginning of this video and seek that information out. And I am getting doing the kidney transplant at Methodist, so I'm looking for a live kidney donor. If you know anybody with the blood type, with an A blood type, if you know anybody with that, they can just go to Methodist website. Type in that you want to be a donor. Type my name in that you want to be a donor to me, and then they'll call you.
Yeah, it's two different things to click on, because if you click on one of them, is just to be a donor in general. And then there's one that I can't remember the way that it worded, but it's for a specific person. You click on that one, then it'll ask you to put his name on there.
Make sure you do that. So if you know anyone, this is not just for those who are watching, but if you know anyone that want the information, guide them to my page. Let them know that, hey, man, TJ has his podcast and he is looking for a kidney. Just thank you for that. Also, again, for those, again, I said it in the beginning, I was going to do a shout out to my church home, Ambassadors for Christ, Ambassadors Perfecting Love in Christ United Fellowship. Those who are out there, if you know someone that don't have a church home, that's looking for a church home, tell them to come join us over there, and we'll show them some love, help them out, and do what we do. Also, we have Bible study on Wednesday nights on Zoom. So if you don't feel like coming to church, we have a Zoom Bible study.
6:25 a.m.
Prayer. That's early. But yeah, 6:25. But Bible study starts at 7. But next week we'll be on here Friday, 7:15. I might call that episode "Call It Celebration." Whatever she come up with, she'll let us know. And invite somebody, invite a friend that you know. The more supporters I get, the more my channel grows, the more things I'll be able to do. Y'all know how YouTube is. So if you know somebody that haven't subscribed, please click that subscribe button. Give me a huge like, a huge thumbs up, and share with everybody who you can, and let everybody know, hey man, come listen. We over here talking about the things of life, discussing and encouraging people with the Word of God. Baby, you have anything you want to add before I end?
No, dear. You covered it all.
So until we meet again, y'all have a great night. Thank you all for responding. Thank you all. You guys make the show. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And until we meet again, you guys stay blessed. Peace.
I gotta work on these muscles.
Say, man.
Wait a minute.
See, y'all see this?
Wait, I can't. Wait.
These small.
First of all, hold on.
Yeah, see, that's how it's.
I ain't even flexing.
That look just like. Peace, y'all.
Peace, y'all. This is.